going as well as they are from what I hear in the valley.
I know.
Yeah.
This was so great.
Oh, okay. Are we good to go, Caitlin?
Yes,
Yep,
we are
okay.
all good.
Thank you all. I'm going to call the meeting together. It's July 7th, and this is the Yountville Arts Commission. So, Hillary, would you please call roll?
Commissioner Meredith,
Here.
Commissioner Lay,
Present?
Commissioner Dornbecker,
Here.
Vice Chair Resnick,
Here?
Chair Scher.
Here. And please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You've all read through the agenda. Are there any comments, or is there a move to adopt?
I move we adopt the agenda as written.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any nays?
No, I'm abstaining because I wasn't here.
Oh,
You can
so you
still
abstain.
Vote on the agenda.
All right.
Yeah, it's the minutes.
It's this one, Judy.
Yeah.
Okay, have you read through the minutes, and do you have any comments? I did not.
Look good to me.
So I don't know, do we have there's only 3 of us that were at the last meeting.
You can vote even if you did not attend the meeting in a gesture of good faith that the minutes reflect what happened at the meeting. There's nothing within the Brown Act that forbids you from doing so. It's more of a personal choice.
Okay.
But I do see we have a quorum regardless.
Okay. Okay. So, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any nays? Okay, so the motion passes. Thank you. So, public comment. I'd like to introduce some people that are here. Did anything else come in, Caitlin or Hillary?
No other public comments.
No one else coming, and so.
Nothing in addition.
Okay, thank you. So first I want to introduce, we know Linda Faber, because she's been coming to our meetings. I think this is your 4th or 5th meeting. Thank you very much. And we've had conversations in between the meetings about what Yountville Arts is about. And then we have David, who's a new commissioner as well. If you haven't met David, I'm sure he'd love to be able to chat with you a little bit. And I think next meeting, Sam will outline where we go from here. And we've said goodbye to Cindy, who couldn't make it to this meeting. And we keep trying to hang on to Marita. We keep making her come to more meetings. So, anyway, you know how much we're going to miss you. So,
I understand that.
okay.
You know, sometimes I'll be sitting out there judging everybody.
Like 9.7 out of 10 or what? Yeah.
Well, you probably get that, Jeff.
So, so many of you have met Natalie Layton, who's president and CEO of the Yountville Chamber of Commerce. I had not until just today, but it's a pleasure to have you. And would you like to say a few words to us?
I just wanted to say it's so nice to meet you all. As someone who likes to think of themselves as a patron of the arts, this is really important, and I think this is amazing. So let me know, or the chamber know, how we can best support you, and I look forward to hopefully a strong and fruitful partnership, or continuing one, because I'm sure Whitney established one as well, my predecessor. But thank you so much. Nice to meet you, and with that, I'll hand you back your meeting.
Well, we want to thank you and the Chamber. The Chamber has been so supportive, and it really means a lot. It really does. And I know the community reads, just like we all do, the newsletters and, all of the members that are supported. And every time I see us there, it's just a privilege, and we really appreciate that. So thank you for that.
Natalie, why don't you just take a couple minutes and tell us about your background?
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to. So I am from somewhat the area. I was born and raised in Fairfield, and that's where my parents still live. I spent the last 5 years also in the chamber industry in Southern California. I was leading the membership department at the Long Beach area chamber, and this position came open, and I had a great relationship with Whitney through my work in the chamber industry, and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to go for it. And now I'm temporarily, as I like to say, my parents would, rather me stay forever, but I'm temporarily living with my parents right now in Fairfield, which is great. The commute isn't as bad as I thought it would be, and coming to work every day in this gorgeous place is just the dream come true. So. Background in chamber work, that's kind of my bread and butter. I've been working with membership-based organizations ever since I was in college. It's what I love, just helping people and people helping people. That's kind of my MO. And that's me.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome to stay. We understand if it's not of great interest to you with everything we do.
It definitely is. I do have family in town. So
Okay, all right.
But thank you so much.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thanks, Natalie.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll stay for the next one. Nice to meet you.
That's what they all say.
Have a good meeting.
That's what I say.
Okay, well, Noelle, thank you for
Oh, my pleasure.
introducing and bringing her here. It's great. I had not met her. Okay, so next on the agenda is, are there any administrative items, Caitlin or Hillary, that?
Just in terms of updates, I was gonna let you guys know about our new gallery hours that we've been doing on Saturdays. We've actually had a great attendance, which is wonderful. So in this last weekend, we had over 123 people come in through the gallery.
Wow.
Now, we did partner with Napa Valley Festival for, we had that little art platter painting workshop. So there was only 25 signed up for that class. So we had a huge addition of people just coming in and out of the gallery space. And the vast majority of them had never been in the gallery before. So we are gaining a lot of traction, which is really wonderful.
It is. Thank you for that program. Gosh, think of what we've been missing. It's so great to capture something now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It really is.
absolutely.
Thank you.
You mentioned the Festival Napa Valley program. They didn't, it's not on their calendars. I didn't see anything. I almost called you to ask are they even doing it?
They did. They actually sold out of tickets for the show on Saturday. So we weren't exactly pushing it out on our own personal social media just because they had already capped off
I see.
on the class. But they were advertising it in their newsletters and stuff like that.
What was the premise of it? They were painting the trays or a tray? Or?
Yeah, so it was in association with the Seward Johnson, our art show with the painted trays that he did. And so they were doing a workshop where people brought in their own trays and then they would go and paint them as if they were
that's
Seward
cute.
Johnson. Yeah.
Did you see any or did it?
I did not, but Sam and one of her friends attended this last weekend, so waiting for photos.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's great. Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
for all that. Is anything else, Caitlin or Hillary or? No.
No.
Okay, well, thank you. The Art Fund report. I don't know if you've gone through it. Caitlin tells me that at our August meeting, we're going to have a much more detailed look, I assume, towards the budget.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, we will go thoroughly through it in our next meeting.
So it looked pretty much the same as it did last month. I don't know if anybody else had anything they wanted to question, or it doesn't look like any money moved over or anything.
No.
So, Okay, no questions?
More questions?
Okay, we're good. So, Art Walk. It's busy, it's getting busy. We did welcome Lilium, Thomas Ramey's sculpture, along the vineyard on Washington Street. We have too many expired sculptures on our Art Walk, and in order to bring new ones in, we have to let some of them go. And it's hard for me to let them go, especially when I think they look really good in town. But we had to let Vows go back to Joshua Pass, and Serenade and Windswept by Gilberto Romero. Those two were on corners. Vows was in front of JCB. And so they were gone. And of course, Cervanga by Bruce Griswold moved just before that. So we've lost 4. I have worked on a couple of new ones. One I was pretty excited about, but it's really hard when an artist is on the East Coast. It's hard, but it was worth. This was a recommendation of Linda's, and I really wanted her, but circumstances came up for her, and I think it's just a big project, and I should. And I am aware of that, so I don't reach out too far usually, but this was just too good to pass up. So I spent a lot of time, and I was hoping that she would come along. But I'm also getting ready to go to Loveland, and if you see the paragraph on my report, last year, 2 years ago, when I was there, the artist was from Ohio, I believe, and it was less expensive for her to ship her sculpture from Loveland in Colorado than take it home and ship it from there. So we had an emergency meeting, some of you may remember that, and so my note is if you could consider being available, probably it would be the Sunday of the weekend of the 8th, so that would be maybe the 9th, I think. For the meeting, Sam needs to give a 24-hour notice to the 9th. So then it would be and I'll have pictures, and Sam will have put together pretty much the type of presentation that you're used to. I think it usually goes pretty fast. But anyway, if you would consider being available on that Sunday. If it's not going to happen, then I can let you know Saturday that.
And will we meet in person, or will that be a Zoom?
I think you have to meet in person. Yeah. And it's pretty quick. You will have seen it. And that's only if that happens. And it,
Positive.
I know. It's an advantage to them, the artists.
And to us, really.
Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you. I agree. As far as the other sculptures, the triangulated squares, which you've approved, will go in on July 21st, and you're all welcome to come. And if you haven't met Thomas, he's a really nice man. It's going to go in front of JCB, where Vows just left. So it probably will be about 10:30 that we get down there. We have to do some disassembly up at Jessup, but it's kind of fun to meet the artist and talk to our public works guys, and you feel a little bit more attached when you come. Most of you have come at one time or another. So, and the only other thing as far as sculptures or art walk, I believe we talked about when we removed Sarvanga, that sculpture pad, which was at the end of the Cornerstone Winery building. That pad is going back to the owners. They put it in. They're working with Cornerstone on expanding their visible tasting areas. And so Robin Carboni, the Carbonis own the property, agreed if they took that one back, they'd give us another one. So we have a site picked out, and the sculpture destined for that would be the sidewalk musician who's presently in the gallery. But when the gallery show closes, then we will move it out to the art walk. Right now, we have a year that Atelier has signed off on. We're hoping maybe they'll give us another year, a year extension, so that we could have it longer there, or who knows, there's, time can pass and see what happens. But the pad will be right up against the sidewalk, almost opposite the front door of Cornerstone, but right on the sidewalk. So it'll be very visible from Washington Street, and also our cameras that watch everything. So it worked out really well. So the Carbonis are working on putting that in. It won't be until September that it moves, but we're planning ahead. So I think that's a good move too. I hope you do as well.
Rhonda, will that one be available for purchase or not?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a
okay.
good question.
Okay.
Do you mean by the town or just by individuals?
Anybody,
Yes.
I guess.
Which?
Yes, either.
It seems like when we did that thing online with them, they weren't ready to give things up. They wanted to keep them, if I remember correctly.
And I remember that there are series, so if they had 3 of them in their warehouse, they might. But Sidewalk Judge was priced at like $125,000, and Steve negotiated them down to around 80, as I recall. So even if we got a price, it would be high. And then, if somebody wanted to buy it, I guess we would certainly work on a negotiation. I don't know. I don't know that it matters for what I think. I mean, I appreciate the question, but I think we'll get a lot out of having it there, having it on the art walk. So,
Yeah.
okay. That's all I have on the art walk. Jeffrey, would you like to lead us in
The gallery schedule.
the gallery schedule?
Yeah. So we're down, let's see. We're in the second one down, the Midnight Snack Art, which will end September 12th. So we're there for 11 weeks. And then Loretta Loyader will come in on the 15th. That will be there through November. The youth art exhibit, as we have every year, will be during December to January 9th. And then the Photo Finale for Mustard Festival this year, which I think will also be very fun and interesting. The only one we have actually set up beyond that is the Chaz Paludo, starting June 22nd through September 4th. He is very excited about being in the gallery, and I think it's going to be a very interesting show. And then again, we have the guest artists that we haven't assigned yet. We're in the process of talking to different people, and in fact, Samantha found one yesterday that she was kind of throwing into the hat, and I don't have a list yet. I've asked Cindy for that, of the past ones. I can't find ours. So we'll have some negotiating to do, but we'll have one there, and then can start on 2027. Again, with the youth exhibit in late November through early January. And it goes to 2 pages because I put in another section of the length of each show just to give us a sense of how long each of those are. So the last column gives you that. Any questions about exhibits? If you have suggestions of other artists, please let us know. Anything else?
No, it sounds great.
Okay. So I'll just move on. Go ahead.
Thank you. The Seward Johnson opened Right,
Right.
right.
Oh, yeah.
You want,
It was so yesterday.
I know.
Yeah, a very good turnout, I think. A very, very interesting exhibit. Very different for us. And thank you for Caitlin and Michael for putting those all together. It was, what was 7 hours you spent?
A very long day.
It was
and
a
I
long
couldn't
day.
have done it without all of your help and
Typic-
Michael, who's
Yeah,
not
oh.
here, but
Yeah, another, again, great contribution.
team effort.
Rhonda and I figured out finally how to put the little markers on, or the little plaques on by each one. Yeah, it was a very interesting kind of day, longer than any that I've ever participated in, but well worth it, I think. And if you haven't seen it, spend some time. It's a very interesting exhibit, I think. Very different.
Thank you.
Sure. Shall I just continue with the literary?
Would you please?
Yeah. So I want to actually read a quote before I begin the bookmark story contest piece, because I noticed there is a horrible second sentence in there. So I have a quote, just to own up to it, by Patricia Fuller, who once said, "Writing without revising is the literary equivalent of waltzing gaily out of the house in your underwear," both being embarrassing. So my apologies. I thought I had read this. I thought it made sense whenever I wrote this. I don't remember when. But basically, the bookmark story contest has come to a close in terms of submissions. This year, one problem we had is that somewhere one of the advertisements, at least, we had a January 30th June 30th instead of June 20th, which was our initial agreed upon ending. So we did keep it open for 10 more days, and we got 2 more two more bookmark stories. So we have a total of 89 submissions, which is more than twice of what we've had the last 2 years. 64 adults and 25 youth. We went from 1 to 25 in terms of our youth submissions, which I'm really happy with. And we'll give separate honorable mention and awards to the youth in terms of this, as well as the adults. So we'll hold that bookmark celebration in September the 25th, 5:30 to 7. I was just talking to Rhonda earlier about some additional kind of advertising we'll do for that, just to invite people. I send an email to all the participants inviting them to that celebration, and we'll have some water and wine and a few goodies to eat. And we'll read the bookmarks and hopefully have the bookmarks. We do it delayed that far because we want to order the bookmarks as well as the plaques and have them all ready for that celebration. So it's one reason that we'll close it on June 20th and not have the celebration until September. That's a fair long time, but it takes us time to get all of that done too, so that we have those available that evening for the authors, for everybody really, and then put them in the libraries. Second item is a handwritten out loud. We're doing our second one on July 20th. We've had 24 poems or songs submitted, 17 different authors, and they've each been accepted to read for that. Mary Kate Fitzpatrick from Handwritten is putting together the chapbook again. People are happy to be doing it. We have, I think, 6 people who've never presented before, so it's not just the same old, although some of us are. But I think it'll be another fun event, and we have 2 young children. They probably wouldn't win a Pulitzer Prize for their poetry, but it's fabulous to see young kids really submitting and going to present there.
Is there a charge, a fee, or?
If you are reading, there's no charge. If people are attending, yes, I think it's $15, and you get a splash of wine and a copy of the chapbook, and get to hear all the readings of the authors who will be there that night, including 2 former poet laureates, and, no, Michael won't be there. 1 former poet laureate and our current poet laureate are also reading there, yeah.
So we go to handwritten wines? Is that
Yes,
where-
just go to their website and look under events, and you can purchase a ticket there. Yeah. We set Yountville Out Loud after some discussion for Thursday, September 11th, which could make a very interesting kind of different reading for Yountville Out Loud. And so it'll be held in the courtyard, 5:30 to 7. I invite you all to come, read something, tell a story, sing a song. I don't care. Just come and participate if you'd like. I think that's all I have for this. Any questions?
Sounds great, Jeffrey.
Okay.
So mark your calendars for what, September 25th and July 20th and September 11th, right?
Correct. Yes,
Thank you.
you bet.
So welcome home, Noel.
Thank
Brief-
you.
Briefly as it is.
Yes, yes. Marketing continues on, though. I hope everyone had a chance to take a look at the digital version of 6557, the article on the Steve Rogers Gallery and Midnight Snack Trays and Yountville Art Walk. All of those things were combined in the article. It was called Art is All Around, and it was a lovely article. I think the writer did a great job. She interviewed me, and she spoke with Rhonda, and there's some really nice quotes in there, and also some beautiful artwork from the trays. And then also, we had an ad in that issue, which Michael Aronson helped us with. It really, it's beautiful. You know, it's tricky trying to put so much together to explain what the show was about and connect Sidewalk Judge to it and show the trays and show Seward Johnson. But we worked with Michael and he delivered once again, no surprise to us. We were so pleased with the way that ad came out, so I hope everyone had a chance to look at that. Also, the Chamber, as Rhonda mentioned, who is really supportive of everything we're doing, they had an ad in, or actually, they posted on Facebook for Midnight Snack Tray, and they posted about the exhibit and the opening reception in the Explore Yountville and the Chamber Facebook pages. And then the Yountville Sun, Rhonda, if you want to share that, because I just have a digital link, but Rhonda has a hard copy.
I'm sure you've seen
This was incredible.
I know, it was
I
great.
mean, this was,
Did you see it?
you couldn't miss this. It was on the front page, and it was big as life, as it should be.
And it was the very last printed copy of the
Yeah, I know,
Yountville Sun.
I know.
It was such an honor.
It was historical. And got lots of attention, which is wonderful. And also, I know Loretta Loya Dare is coming to the gallery, and I think her work is so beautiful. So I pitched her to 6557, and they're going to do an editorial on her, just purely on the artist, and we will prep her and make sure she mentions the gallery show.
How much she loves us.
And how much she loves us in Yountville Arts. But I'm really pleased about that. So I believe her show starts in September, and this will come out October. So that'll be really nice, and they'll show a lot of her artwork, and I'm really excited about that. And then we received the photo and video assets for Art Sip and Stroll, and we'll be going through those. And for the video assets, we'll use what we got this year to produce a new video for Art Sip and Stroll. Not even next year, we usually produce that before the year is over so we can start promoting it. And then we'll have photos for marketing.
Have you looked at the photos yet? I know you've probably been too busy.
No, I actually
Oh, you
have. Oh,
Did-
yes.
Did they get good stuff?
Yes, there's a lot of very nice stuff.
Good.
Very nice stuff. There's a lot of photos, and yeah, we definitely have some
Good.
And I'm assuming, I know Sam has also been in communication with the photographer. Have you received the files?
I have not seen the files myself, but there is a possibility that
Okay,
Sam's
because
already
I'm
received
going to
them.
connect with Sam as soon as she's back.
Sure.
And we can talk about the
Collaborate,
photos
and yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, terrific. And let's see, for Yountville Arts, the Chamber newsletter, June 20th, the opening paragraph of the newsletter, the first thing you read is promoting the Yountville Arts Passport, which goes along with the beer and wine passport for the Chamber. And the Arts Passport is a free guide, and it allows you to take a walk through the town, and it shows people who purchase that passport how they can listen to the audio, and I thought it was a great cross-promotion for Yountville Arts and for the Chamber, and it's also just bonus material for people who come to town and want to do additional things. So, yay.
Nice.
And let's see, that's it.
Well, that's plenty.
There you
Thank you.
go.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you.
Thank you. And, okay, so what do we have next? I'm sorry. Performing arts.
I
Judy,
know I submitted something.
you did,
It's
because
on
you
here.
copied me in.
So that's okay, I'll go off of my head, because,
You did indeed, I read it.
thank you. PJ put me to the task, so I did it. So first of all, we're very excited. We got Bo Barrett to actually do the introduction of the movie on September 5th, which is going to be great. I have to thank a gentleman that I work with. He was one of our bartenders last year, and he knows the general manager, so he made that introduction, which is really, it's going to be good. So I think those of you who were there last year, people had sleeping bags, they had chairs laid out, and it was really well attended. So I think that that's exciting. So I'll get started on the press release for that in the next couple of weeks.
And what's the name of the film?
The film is Bottle Shock. Sorry. Put me on the right there. And yeah, it's the end of the fiscal year for us as well, so I've been kind of busy. So I'll get started on that. And then we talked about, also we're going to, and I will get to you guys the press release for the Scarecrow contest, because we'll be doing that again, as well as the You Think You Can Dance. And PJ and I are still working on that, but we should get that ready to roll. And did she tell you guys what our plans were?
Sort of, but would be good to hear it again.
So we thought it would be fun if we did kind of a flash mob thing, and we invite people that we know would be interested in doing that. I'm sure you guys all know who I'm thinking of off the top of my head. And we get them to do that. We have like, we wanted to get DJ Jeffrey to do the dance, to do the music that night, but I know he's not that interested in it. But we want to have a Dancing Under the Stars night.
Say that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'd
We would
I'd
love
be happy to help.
Because the idea is to do in the courtyard a Dancing Under the Stars night, and then have a flash mob. And we teach people just simple little dances. We get some people from the Veterans Home or whatever, and they just come out and do a flash mob and just like surprise everybody. And then we continue doing the Dancing Under the Stars. So very fun, very low key, but we've had a lot of comments about the legacy, that it's too expensive, and originally we set up the price point so that we could do wines, and we haven't had to pay for wines, so we're going to revisit that and think about that and see if we can circle back and get something fun and interactive like we did with the martinis. But again, you know, $30 was kind of steep for people, so.
I know. Well worth the price of admission, but you got to get them there.
Yeah, so that's what we've got going on for now, and that's it.
Are you
Let me
plan-
talk to you for a minute afterwards, just about my hesitation is all. But yes, I'm willing to do it.
We would love to, Jeffrey, because you're the best.
No, thank
You had the most fun ones.
you. I just don't want to pick the music, that's all. You
Okay.
pick the music, I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you're recorded, so now are you planning to do the Scarecrow again this year? or
Yes,
you-
yes, and I'll get all that information out to them, so.
You got time, I was just curious.
Yeah. Well, we have time, but it's already July 7th.
I know, okay.
It's like,
Forget I
whoa.
said that, I know.
After Art Sip and Stroll, it seems to go downhill, doesn't it? Rapid.
So Judy, is that in September when we do the,
Yes, the end of September, beginning of October, and then it's down by, before Thanksgiving.
I still have the head of my,
Bring her back. We would love it. Bring her back.
Okay, that good?
Yeah,
All right,
thank
thanks,
you.
Judy. So our AC Art Sip and Stroll isn't on the agenda, but we do have a meeting planned. PJ's not here, but I think she agreed to it. Are you planning, do you think? Are you going to be in town?
I suggested the date because I knew I would be here.
Oh, boy, good, thank you. All right, so it's the 21st?
21st,
Yeah.
First,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll go over how we did or how we thought we did. If you have any comments that you want to share with us about the event, that would be helpful when we meet with Sam and Caitlin.
I wasn't here last time, so can I just say that I wasn't the last year because I was on vacation, and I was really impressed with everything. I liked the way we closed off the street for people to eat, the band all centralized. It was amazing, and I tried to get around to as many artists as I could, and everybody was so thrilled, so.
People were happy, and the chipmunk or whatever they call it, the news thing that Sam, or the questionnaire that Sam sent. to-
MailChimp.
MailChimp.
Sounds so cute though.
Sorry. When you ask one person, let alone 100, what did you think of the event? You might as well sit down and get ready for nothing but negative, which is just human nature. And we would take that and try to improve the event for the next year, but really, Sam, there were two, I think we might have mentioned them at the last meeting, so that's going to give us a lot to talk about. At the same time, I think we have to recognize that things out there are changing, and they're going to continue to change in the year ahead, in the arts, with everything. So, we'll have a report back to you at the next meeting on what we came to, but do let us know if you have any thoughts or things that you think we could improve on, or what you really liked about it. Anything would be helpful.
I really liked that area designated for music and food. It made it feel like a real festival, and you didn't feel like you had to get your stuff and go somewhere else. You felt part of it.
Good. Okay, thank you. All right, I think that's it for our reports. Anything from staff, Caitlin? Any informational reports?
Nope, not that I know of.
You gave us the gallery hours.
Yep.
Um,
And I will be meeting with Loretta tomorrow to discuss the
Okay.
upcoming show. So we're going to map out what she's thinking for her gallery show.
She's so excited.
Yes,
Yeah, it's great. She's a really nice lady.
I'm looking forward to meeting her.
So in your notes, I see our retreat is going to be on September 8th. So save that date. And we're looking for an off-site location, depends on how it falls. But those of us that have been on the commission, it's a really important meeting. We discuss, we kind of get into the nuts and bolts of each subcommittee. I think we decide, or we pretty much look at the upcoming year as far as what we're interested in being on a subcommittee, what interests us. And we go through a lot of things. So I hope you all can make it, and David and Linda also, because we'll be installing you by that time. And that's it. I think.
And really working on what we plan to do for the next 2 years too, so. The planning for the next 2 years in terms of activities and focus changes, I think, it is really important,
Money, budget,
that too.
yeah. Okay, so any commissioner reports, any? Yes.
I would just like to thank all of you. I feel very enriched by knowing you and working with you. And I'm going to miss sitting up here, but I won't be gone. I'll be around, and like I said, I will fulfill my pledges to keep in touch with the media for us. And but it's meant so much to me, and I really, each one of you has enriched me in a different but wonderful way. So thank you very, very much.
Marita, do you want to say just a word about where your project is and that you've been working on the past
You've written.
year?
Which one?
Well, I am writing a book, and it's a biblical novel. We were just talking about this. I was just talking about this with Linda, and she's going to assist me at times because she gets it. I'm writing a book about Mary Magdalene.
Oh, wow.
So, not one to pick a frivolous, so it's, I was just reading over some notes this morning, Linda, to send to you to look at. But I think it's very meaningful because I believe that Mary Magdalene was ill-treated by Catholicism. And so I'm writing it from the perspective of her being a strong woman. And so thank you for asking. And that's sort of one of the reasons why I wanted to leave the commission, just because I have to sit there and concentrate. And that's, getting harder. But as I get older, I could sing that song and it gets harder. But I think, I'm hoping that it will be well received and I won't be, murdered. I don't mean that.
No.
But it's, I think it's going to be controversial.
A bestseller, no doubt.
Please make it so.
Marita, I want to thank you for being part of the marketing committee. You have done things no one could do over the years. Through your relationships and your connections, you've gotten us broadcast coverage. So many of us have tried and tried and tried, but your relationships, your personal relationships got us where we wanted to go, and it's been worth its weight in gold. And your passion for everything you get involved with, it's just been a joy working with you. And I know everybody feels the same, and we can't thank
Absolutely.
you enough. And yes, we'll miss you, but I know we'll see you, and I know you'll be available when we need you.
Absolutely. And Nicole, I wanted to thank you so much because working with you in marketing has really upped my game. I mean, you're amazing and you do so much. So I've learned from you.
Well, thank you, but we're going to miss you, and
Yes.
it's just been a joy having you.
Uh-oh.
I'm also appreciative of the work you've done in terms of the literary subcommittee on the history project of the,
That's true. I'm hoping that that eventually will take shape and form and get out there, because that was one of the projects I was really excited about.
I can't wait to see it.
We're just looking for the vehicle to take it public. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't be. But it's more than just a drop to all of our newspapers and so forth. I think we need to, and we've talked about it, but we haven't come up with that opportunity. But we will.
Well, please include me. I'd be happy to help make it come to fruition, so that even some members of the commission don't know that history. So it'll be worthwhile.
If there's anything I can do to help with that, I would be happy to as well.
Oh, Jeffrey, I appreciate that. You're like my editor-in-chief.
Though I don't always do my own editing, as you saw today.
But you like to waltz in your underwear.
I do, yeah. Don't tell anybody. Apparently I do.
All right, well, thank you all and thank you, Marita,
Thank you all.
So, any other comments or anything else before we adjourn? And is there a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Motion passes. Thank you.
Just then I was just about to break down in tears.
Which would have made me